You're listening to the SmAnderson Ranch Show from Happy Valley Studios on SmAndersonRanch.com. This episode proudly brought to you by SmAndersonRanch.com and Messie's Burgers.
Howdy, I'm Bob. This is my family, and this is our show.
The SmAndersons. Slow the cluck down.
It's the SmAnderson Ranch Show, episode 0002. Welcome back, everybody. We're so glad you're with us. We're so glad that you're sharing this show with your friends. This episode's brought to you by Messie's Burgers and SmAndersonRanch.com. I want to start off by telling you about a little promotion that we've got going on with Amazon.com. Now, I know we all shop at Amazon. But how do you do that? You just click on your Amazon bookmark, click on an Amazon link, maybe you type in Amazon.com into your browser. Well, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. Instead of doing all that, just go to our website, www.SmAndersonRanch.com, and click on the Amazon banner. Amazon has agreed to give us a little bit of proceeds for every person that goes through our banner to get to Amazon and do their shopping that way. Now, it doesn't cost you any more money at all. It's the exact same Amazon, but they kick us back a few ducats for the bucket so we can put a little fuel in the tank and move this show on down the road. So we'd appreciate you going through the banner at www.SmAndersonRanch.com for all your Amazon shopping. Today in the studio, we've got Alyssa, we've got Journey, we've got Esther, I'm Bob, and we're debuting a new segment today with Donovin called Spoilers. What do you guys have going on?
I had my first drive with driver's ed this morning.
How'd that go?
It was pretty good. It was easier than I thought that it would be.
Are they going to let you come back again next time?
I hope so.
Are we waiting for them to call and let us know?
Like, nope, you're done.
That was the first time you went over 25 miles an hour, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How fast did you go?
38.
How fast were you supposed to go?
35.
So that was all around a small town in Idaho, which would be your city driving, in quotes.
Yep.
Now you're totally confident you can go to the big city.
Yes.
You know exactly what to do now, huh? And then,
kind of.
Well, was there one other person driving with you?
Yes.
And how did she do?
She said that I parked better than she did.
You parked better than she did?
That's what she said.
Yeah, but did you drive better than she did?
Okay, well, in my opinion, I think I probably did, but probably not. I don't know.
Congratulations. So you are now a person that has had one successful drive under their belt.
Yes.
How many more drives do you have?
5.
5 more drives, and then you get this weird license in Idaho, right? How does that work?
The supervised instruction permit.
Ooh, fancy.
The SIP.
AKA graduated licensing, right?
No, that's just the permit.
Oh, that's just the permit.
So then what happens at that point?
I can drive with somebody over 21 years of age that has a driver's license.
How long you got to do that?
6 months. Then I can take my driver's test and get my full driver's license.
Your full driver's license?
No, never mind.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know either.
What are the rules? You know the rules, right?
Well, you can only drive by yourself during daylight hours, and daylight hours is half an hour before sunrise and half an hour after sunset. And after 6 months of driving, you can drive at night by yourself. And you can only have one other person that is not related to you in the car for the first 6 months.
I'm excited to read in the car while you're driving.
Okay.
So you excited to get behind the wheels of that fancy automobile that we got for you?
Yeah.
Go thrift shopping.
All right, Esther, what's up?
What?
Pop some tags.
Not much is going on in my life right now, except my birthday coming up.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Esther will be turning 12.
13.
Since when?
Esther will be turning 13. What are you hoping to get for your birthday?
Not much, really.
Well,
Steak.
Good.
Steak, Vans,
Steak,
Oreos.
some shoes, maybe just some money to go shopping.
Doritos.
quality friend time, swimming.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do for your party?
Have like a kind of pizza pool party with some friends and family.
A pool party in northern Idaho in the winter. I keep saying it's winter. It's not winter.
Yeah,
Just now fall.
But it's an indoor pool, so that's why.
Fancy.
I want to hear all about that, but first let me tell you about Messie's Burgers. Founded in 2017, Messie's Burgers in Spirit Lake, Idaho offers hand-pressed Angus burgers that live up to the name Messie's. Voted best in North Idaho by a panel of judges and winning the Westwood Best Burger Competition lets you know it's not just hype. Burgers, rippers, fries, onion rings, real ice cream milkshakes, and more. Find it at Messie's Burgers on the corner of 3rd and Main, downtown Spirit Lake, Idaho. You've tried the rest. Now try the mess. Are you on your phone?
I'm looking for questions. Oh, if you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, getting a message out to millions or billions, what would it say and why?
www.SmAndersonRanch.com.
Amen. Esther?
I would have it say live life YOLO.
Oh my god.
Live life you
YOLO.
only live once.
Live life you What they made a meme of Dwight Schrute and he's like, false, you live every day. You die once or something. You don't live once, you die once.
That's true.
Journey, what would your billboard say?
I found some cool verses today. I don't remember what they were, though.
From the Bible?
Yes.
Oh. My favorite billboard was, nobody owes you anything.
I love that.
She runs and makes money running. Isn't that crazy?
A coconut might be a mammal, though.
What?
It has hair and milk.
But doesn't have, where are the babies?
No.
I don't know.
A coconut
I saw somewhere they're like
is
scientists.
not a mammal.
That's funny. Esther, you got any unusual habits? Or an absurd thing you love?
Popcorn dipped in pickle juice.
Oh my goodness.
I agree.
So
That is weird. But
That's
it's
weird.
good.
I think you're a little salty.
Pickle juice is a
Sips
big
my
thing on the
teeth.
keto diet.
I like pickles.
Pickle.
Very good.
What advice would you give to a smart, driven college student about to enter the real world?
Don't hurt other people. Don't take their stuff.
No matter what.
Stay responsible.
Don't be stupid.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
And what's Alyssa have going on?
A lot of stuff. Book club, working out, dieting, working out.
Mm.
So awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Following my dreams. Homeschool co-op, working out. Homeschool, working out. Super busy. Probably what's been bothering me most lately is playground politics. That is when you have to learn how to deal with other kids on your own without an adult watching you on the playground. And it could be brutal. Kids are brutal sometimes.
Kids are tough, man.
But then there's other times when the kids are amazing. And then the parent is like, those children, look at them, the way they treat my children. And I just want to be like, leave your kids alone. Let them figure this out on their own, or they're never going to learn how to deal with anybody in their whole life.
Well, that's why we're getting to the point that we're getting right now, where everybody thinks that they're important. Everybody thinks that there's going to be somebody there to back them up, because we don't let them learn those lessons at an early age that the rest of us, 30 years ago had to learn. We didn't all get to win. We didn't all get a 50% grade for turning in no homework because the school had a 0 zeros policy. I heard about that one this week. 0 zeros policy. Yeah, if you do absolutely nothing, they got to at least give you 50% for it.
No.
Why?
No, if you didn't do anything, you don't get anything.
The grades should just be a reflection of your effort.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. We're setting people up for failure. We're setting people up that when they do get out of college, when they do get into the workplace, they don't know how to respond when things don't instantly go their way.
Oh my goodness, no. And I guarantee your best memories of when you were a child, there were no other adults around.
No.
No way. The best memories are when there were no adults around.
I think if
You've
I
gotten into lots of trouble.
if I think back to it, I don't know if I saw an adult.
Right? You just check in, drink from the hose, beg your mom for
You
some
absolutely
we did that.
beg from the hose.
Beg from the hose. So like, hose, give me water, please. I beg of you.
Oh yeah.
It's good. I remember it didn't happen to me, but my brother, somehow, they strung him up the flagpole in the Catholic church on the block next to us. Yes.
Jesus was watching.
I know. I don't know how long he was there either.
Oh.
God bless him. There was also a creepy Indian who lived in the field next to us for a while. And our parents would just tell us, they're like, you just stay away from him. So then we'd climb on the roof of the Catholic school when school wasn't in session.
We had this guy that used to run around with us, and he never had any money. The rest of us always kind of had jobs, and we were going to go to the mall one day.
So this is a teenager story, not a 10 years old and younger story?
No, we were probably 15. But we were going to go to the mall, go skateboarding, and hang out. And
no.
It doesn't even exist anymore. But we were going to head down there, and this guy didn't have any money, and he was like, hey, give me some money. We're like, no, dude. Like, hey, give me some money. And the guy I'm walking along with, because I use a lot of names you guys have noticed, I'm walking along with, and he turns to me and says, hey, that fresh road apple right there?
Ew.
You guys know what a road apple is, right?
No.
Horses leave them behind when they walk past.
Okay.
A little horsey dookie. He says, that fresh road apple right there, pick it up and eat it.
Ew. What's his name?
No.
Pick it up and eat it. I'll give you $20. And now think about this. This was 25 years ago.
That's a lot of money.
$20 was a fat
Holy
stack
crap.
of cash, you know? So he said, hey, eat it. I'll give you $20.
Oh, that's 60 today.
He didn't. That's 60. I wasn't born in the 30s.
No,
But
it actually is. It's tripled since.
It hasn't tripled
Since
in the
the
last
90s.
25 years. No, it hasn't.
She has looked it up a few times.
Yeah.
I would believe her.
You need to check her browser
It's in-
history and block
okay,
a
so
couple of those
since-
crappy websites.
Since the 1920s, it's gone up 2,500%.
No.
Boom. It didn't even go up that much in the Roman Empire.
2,500.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I did a report on it.
No.
Homeschool.
Homeschool report on it.
It was for a homeschool extra class that we did with another homeschool mom.
Yeah, fail. Nope.
Anyways, so did he
So
eat
anyways, he picks it up. He gets this thing, eats it.
it? Ew. No.
He took a bite out of it. He's gagging. I'm standing there looking at dude, you're messed up. You are messed
Who
up.
does that?
And he's looking at him. He's gagging. He's like, I'm gonna go wash my mouth out. We're gonna go. So he runs back to the house to wash his mouth out. While he's running the block and a half back to the house, goes, dude, come on, let's go. I was like, what? He's like, let's go up to the bus stop. All right. So we on our skateboards and we mash up to the bus stop. Here come the bus. He gets on the bus. He starts cracking up. I had nothing to do with the deal, so I got on the bus and we went to the mall. Cut to the next time we were going to the mall. Dude, you owe me $20. I'm going to come with you guys. You owe me $20. It's like, no, man, that was a that day only deal. And, you know, I did. You owe me $20. All right, I tell you what. That fresh road apple right over there.
Oh,
He ate a second road apple.
no. What a dummy. Is he like half
He-
stupid?
We got a lot of show to get to today, guys. We got news, we got the spoilers, we got word on the tweet. Let's get this thing going. We'll be right back.
A coconut might be a mammal, though.
Another public service announcement from Brill Cream. Men, beware. Use one dab of Brill Cream. Just a little dab makes your hair look excitingly clean, disturbingly healthy. This man dared to use 2 dabs. Now he's in trouble. We refuse to be responsible.
Brill cream, Brill cream, Brill cream, Brill cream. A little dab will do ya. Brill cream, you look so debonair. Brill cream, the gals will all pursue ya. They'll love to get their fingers in your hair.
Real tweets by real celebrities. Read by a 12-year-old girl.
I'm 13.
This is the word on the tweet.
Kanye West at Kanye West tweets, do you know where to find marble conference tables? I'm looking to have a conference. Not until I get the table, though.
And that was the word on the tweet. Now back to the show.
Political scandals.
A mountain lion roaming around the golf course.
Entertainment news.
A new space force?
Your town, your state, your nation, your world, and beyond.
Everything you never knew you needed to know.
Here's your top stories.
Okay, welcome back. We are going to be telling you a bunch of random stories about stuff you probably didn't even want to know.
But here we go. We're going to tell you anyways. Okay, Esther, you start us off.
So in California, there
of
was
course.
this bear that stood up on its hind legs and just walked into a police department like he worked there. Walked around,
then just left. And a few days later, he came back. And the people that worked there were like, hey, our bear friend's back.
Like a real bear?
Yeah.
Not like a gummy bear or something.
Maybe it was Sasquatch.
No, it was a bear.
Man, bear, pig.
What ended up happening to the bear?
The bear moose.
It just lived and just kept wandering around.
This sounds like a Northern California story.
Was he wearing shoes?
No.
No, he had bare feet.
Oh. Okay. I was gonna ask if he was eating donuts or something. Was he eating donuts?
No, he was trying to find food because they were collecting food for when they hibernate.
If he was eating donuts, I bet it would be a bear claw.
So, Journey, what do you got?
There was a moose in Alaska dinging this doorbell of this couple's house. They thought it was a bunch of kids just ding-dong ditching them, but then the security cameras showed them that it was a moose. The doorbell was just going off and they thought it was a neighbor or a lost pizza guy or something, but they looked at the security footage and it was a moose. Just like pressed up on the porch, and the moose was huge, so you could barely see it in the camera. It was covering it.
So it wasn't purposely hitting the doorbell?
Well,
no,
like,
it just backed into it.
Its hoof.
It was kinda
Can you
funny.
imagine it just lifting its hoof up and ding dong pushing on it?
No, it just backed into it.
I bet the Ring video doorbell had a pretty good picture of that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that episode of Shark Tank where the inventor of the Ring video doorbell was on there?
Yes.
He was on there trying to sell the Ring video doorbell. Could not make a deal, right? It was a couple years ago. Well, that's a bummer. Guess what he did last year?
What?
He sold the Ring video doorbell to Amazon for $1 billion. Yes, billion with a B, $1 billion. And then on the most recent season of Shark Tank, he was back as a guest shark.
Boom.
Sitting right between the guys that would not give him a deal.
Take that, sharks. Changing lives, making dreams come true.
So what'd they do with the moose?
I don't know. He probably went to a police station or something.
He was just looking for his friend the bear. All right, what else we got?
In Massachusetts, there was these two beavers that walked into a convenience store, and one of the employers looked at it, and one just ran out, and the other just kept looking around. And the worker just said he was looking for a cheap snack.
A cheap snack. You know, there was once this duck that walked into a bar, and he gets all the way up on the bar stool and looks at the bartender. No joke. Have you heard about this?
No.
I might have.
The bartender looks at him, and he thought, what can I get you, duck? And he says, you got any grapes? And the guy says, what? No, this is a bar. We don't have any grapes. Get out of here. So he leaves. The next day, the duck comes back into the bar, back up onto the bar stool, looks at the bartender. The bartender looks at him and says, what can I get you? Duck says, you got any grapes? The guy says, no, I have no grapes. Duck leaves. Day 3, this duck walks back into that same bar, up to that same bar stool, looks at that same bartender. Bartender looks back at him and says, look, duck, I told you 2 days in a row, I've got no grapes. Now, if you ask me if I have any grapes, I'm going to grab a hammer and I'm going to nail your bill to the bar. Duck looks at him. Guy looks back at him and says, so what can I get you, duck? Duck says, do you have a hammer? The guy says, no, I don't have a hammer. Duck says, well, then you got any grapes?
A duck walked up to a lemonade stand
Sing
and
it.
said to the man running the stand, hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?
There's a song that goes with that joke that I just totally didn't make up myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then eventually the person at the lemonade stand takes the duck to get some grapes.
Oh,
yeah, but then the duck asked for some lemonade when he did that.
Clever duck.
Did you guys hear about Knickers the cow from Australia?
What was his name?
Knickers?
What was his name?
I've not heard of that one.
Really?
No.
No, I've seen it everywhere. There is a cow that is 6 foot 4 inches tall.
Knickers?
It's Knickers the cow from Australia.
6.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Knickers the cow.
Okay.
Knickers the cow. Twice as big as all the other cows.
Is he like genetically modified?
No, he's just really old and kept growing.
Ooh,
See,
like a
cows?
dinosaur.
He's genetically bodified.
Cows are usually slaughtered and going to get meatified
At the glue factory? No, that's horses.
when they're like 3 years old. Knickers is 7 years old and just never stopped growing, and he weighs 2,500 pounds, I think.
The cow weighs 2,500? That's huge.
It's a huge cow.
My truck's only a 3/4 ton. It could not haul that cow.
Whoa. Holy cow. Big cow? Oh, my cow.
Yeah. Oh my cow.
Santa Vaca.
Well, crap. That's all I have.
Good to know.
I mean, there is this story about a deer that went into a car dealership and just kept running around, causing a lot of damage.
Was it a buck or a doe?
I think he said a buck.
Good to know.
This is Knickers.
Show me.
That cow is huge.
Yeah.
That can't be a real picture.
It's a cow. Mm-hmm. It is.
It's like Wild Gone Wild because every story's about animals.
Yeah. That's all the interesting stuff. People only are mean.
One-sided.
Nobody wants to talk about politics.
I don't.
Not on the SmAnderson Ranch Show because we're libertarian. So we're not going to talk about politics.
Nope.
We're going to talk about some crazy animals.
Okay, well, I'm Journey.
I'm Esther.
Okay, bye.
What about the bunny?
What bunny?
Warning, the following segment contains movie spoilers. We will not be held responsible if your life is ruined. If you don't want the spoilers, skip ahead 10 minutes in the program. Now back to the show.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
And now coming to us from parts unknown via Skype, with all the spoilers you never wanted to know about a movie you'll probably never see, here's Donovan!
Donovan's weird.
All right, everybody, welcome to Spoilers. And coming to us from parts unknown, from a place that looks a lot like a one-bedroom apartment in the valley, here's Donovan.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, D. How are you?
Good. Cold.
That makes for good radio right there. One-word answers.
Do you need a blanket?
Maybe. Maybe for my feet.
A blanket for your feet. You know, in our last episode, we talked about gloves for your feet, and it was pointed out to me online that those are actually called socks.
Toe socks?
Very true.
Maybe we can get you into a pair of socks. Christmas is coming up, and I know a guy that works at a place. So this is our new segment called Spoilers, in which we're going to talk about movies and destroy them for anybody that's never seen them before, because we're not going to hold anything back. We're going to let you know how it goes, we're going to let you know how it finishes, and we're going to tell all the little secrets. So what are we going to talk about today, Donovan?
I was thinking Fast and Furious, either the series or specific, up to you.
Up to me on your segment. I think we can go ahead and skip Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift is kind of a big nothing burger of a show. The first one was dope. It was great.
Talk about the first one.
Sure.
Let's go for a little ride.
Paul Walker's character, Brian, was always going to the Toretto's restaurant, and then he's like always orders the same tuna sandwich that everybody hates on.
Yeah, but he always gets it with no crust, so it's not that bad.
Oh.
Very true. No crust.
That's lame.
I don't know why he got it with no crust. He's like, I'm going to go undercover, and I'm going to infiltrate this big crime ring, but I'm going to go up to their service window, I'm going to get a sandwich from their deli, and I'm going to order it like a 9-year-old.
Maybe it's so she would remember him more. Be like, you're the dope that always orders it with no crust.
Well,
Okay.
He's the only one that ever ordered it.
Oh, that's true.
Anyways, go ahead.
From there, he meets the group of crime members. I don't know what to call their group, really.
Squad.
Squad.
Hey.
It's the squad.
Fast squad.
They were a family, okay?
Oh, that's
They are a family. That movie's huge on family. Then Dominic gets mad at Brian because he was starting a fight with one of the other family members. From there, he's saying he's going to get him fired from his job and stuff since he has a big name with the car industry and Brian works with a mechanic. Then after that whole situation, then they race. There's like a whole race between Dominic, 2 other people, and Brian. And he raced for pink slip, and all he wanted was really respect, is what he was trying to gain out of it for winning. And then he almost ends up beating him in that scene. Who can beat Dominic, right?
In that world, I don't know that could happen.
Some other stuff happens I don't remember about.
And then some
Doesn't
more
he
stuff.
owe him a 10-second car?
Yep.
Well, it's because Dom and the boy genius over there had to, spend countless hours fixing the piston rings he fried.
The police show up. and then they're all on the run and stuff. Dom hides his car in a parking garage and then starts walking away acting all normal. But then the cops still see him, and so he starts running, and then Brian comes to the rescue. They go back to their main house, so now he's part of their crew, pretty much. Secretly, Brian's the undercover cop.
What happened to him? Spoil it for us.
Okay, so this is like right at the end of the movie. Do one final stretch race, and they make it, and they like look at each other, and then Dom crashes into a truck and like flips over his car completely, and everything got destroyed and all that. And then Brian gives him his car to get away. Since it's a 10-second car, he still owed him it. And that's the end of the movie.
Now, if I remember that movie correctly, when Dom flipped his car, like, he dislocated his shoulder and it's hanging down by his side, right? And he can't lift it up?
Yeah, he messed up his shoulder.
Brian gives him the keys to the car and he takes off and it's all happy vibes, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that car a manual? How do you drive a stick shift with a dislocated shoulder and an arm that doesn't move? I love the Fast and the Furious movies. From the first movie forward, I absolutely loved them. When that movie dropped, every kid, everywhere, had a Ford Escort with some duct tape ground effects on the sides of it and some decals thinking they were tough. I don't know that any of them ever really did anything with it. Now you see one of those cars driving around and you're like, dude, you're stuck in like 2004. You know, Fast and the Furious was a good movie. Rotten Tomatoes has... Well, you know, it's the SmAnderson Ranch Show, so we're going to look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. Rotten Tomatoes for Fast and Furious has it rotten at 53%.
What? Really?
You know, that's the critics, though.
Yeah.
That's the critics. These guys are all breaking laws, and they're driving fast, and they're being dumb. The audience score is at 74%.
See? That's more like it.
So the people that are, you know, paying to watch the movie, they like the movie.
Well, and it shaped the culture of the early 2000s.
It absolutely did. We even got a Jetta at one point with some inky rims and black painted hood. Donovan, you remember that car?
Yep.
Heck yeah, man. That was our little Fast and the Furious car.
Yeah, I remember that car very well.
Fast and the Furious franchise is literally one of my favorite franchises. But it's not because of realism that it's my favorite franchise.
The best line ever was when we were watching, which Fast and Furious was it, when they were on the runway in Europe? And remember what you said in the theater, Donovan? You were like, how long is that runway?
Yeah.
You just get engrossed in the movie and you don't even think about it. And then you're like, I've been watching them for 18 and a half minutes and the plane still hasn't taken off. Where is this runway?
Yeah. Then there was the meme and the runway was like across all of Europe.
I completely remember that.
You know, that was pretty incredible that they found a runway that long, but I don't know if it was nearly as credible as them jumping the supercar from building to building in Dubai. Now, that was pretty cool.
Is that?
Or these little street racers turning into superheroes, basically.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah.
You know, they grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. Those movies are funny.
They should have shown, like, montage scenes where they were training with, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson turning into a superhero.
in that movie where he goes, "This is Brazil!"
Yeah.
That was number 5.
You know, that's what those movies were lacking because they were just street racers. They needed to break it down like 1991 style at some point in that movie and just kick the music track. And they're all running in the rain and shadow boxing under a street light. Mix a little bit of, you know, Rocky IV, Creed 2, and the best of the best. The Eric Roberts montage from Best of the Best. Everybody knows that movie.
What?
They should.
None of you probably
Nobody
know that
knows
movie.
it. Donovan's like, what are you talking about?
Eric Roberts, he dislocates his shoulder.
For reals?
He has a bad shoulder before he gets invited to the national tryouts for the championship team, and he ends up getting his shoulder dislocated in the final fight, just like Dom.
They pop it back in and he gets back out there?
Oh yeah, it's flopping around behind him, and he goes over to the Asian guy Tommy, who's from Fresno, California, and runs a little karate studio. And he goes, "Pop it, Tommy, pop it, it, Tommy, pop it." And he puts his foot in his armpit and gives his wrist a big old yank, and you just hear the snap. And his son Charlie is sitting there with his mom on the sidelines watching. And as soon as that thing popped, Charlie, "Hey, Grandma!"
He's crying.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Okay, back to Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, Fast and the Furious. Dom dislocated his shoulder at the end of that movie. You know who else did that? Eric Roberts in Best of the Best.
Isn't that Julia Roberts' brother?
It is Julia Roberts' brother. He was in Batman too, I think, wasn't he?
Do these kids even know who Julia Roberts is, or they only know, like, Emma Roberts?
No, I know who Julia Roberts is.
Yeah, it's Emma Roberts' mom.
Aunt. See,
Aunt.
I know that.
That's Eric Roberts' daughter.
And apparently Julia Roberts' smile is worth like $30 million.
Ew.
Her smile is?
Yeah.
30 million? You know, on the radio, people can't hear your head shake. But anyways, Fast and the Furious. All right, Donovan, go ahead.
I love it. I love all the action.
We're not watching it for realism, huh?
In the first one, they drive under a semi-truck. That's just cool. A cool scene.
Yeah, but that's nothing special. I seen Clark Griswold do that on Christmas Vacation.
No, that means he could be with them. He's that ranking.
You know what? In the next Fast and the Furious movie, that's who they need, Clark W. Griswold.
Right.
Because then you can introduce all new villains. You can introduce all new places to stop. Cousin Eddie shows up.
Cousin Eddie.
That'd be perfect.
Okay, what else do you like about it?
A lot of the action scenes. Just like in the second one, when they, like, Dukes of Hazzard jump the car over the river onto a boat.
Yes. And they save the girl. Yes.
Their family type deal. He just cares about everybody. That's really cool. And then The Rock just showing up in the series now.
Oh, I was going to say The Rock and Statham got their own movie coming out now.
What? Is it
it's
a continuation?
No, it's a spinoff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the same world, but it's like not going to have anyone in it. That would be cool to see now that Statham's like on the good side after the most recent one.
The villains will be, you know, Randy Macho Man Savage and Hulk Hogan.
The Hulk.
The Hulkster. What you gonna do, brother?
John Cena probably.
Oh, yeah.
John Cena shows up. He's a Marine. Bring in Cena and The Miz to try to stop The Rock and Statham. The whole thing culminates in a big tag team match at WrestleMania.
Oh, please. We need to have Donovan like a ranking system. Like if it's a Rotten Tomato.
Like what, 4 out of 5?
Well, you can't go 4 out of 5 because there's 1.72 billion movies to review, and you'll end up with everything being a 4. We could name this thing after the runway from the Fast and the Furious 100-mile runway score.
100 mile. You get 20 miles traction.
Well, it's how far you can get down the 100-mile runway. You know, a movie that really sucks dies off at about 4 miles.
Mm.
That's a 4-mile score.
And Eminem gets 8 miles.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
You're welcome.
So, the original Fast and the Furious on a 1 to 100-mile runway. How many miles does it get? What say you, Donovan?
The first Fast and the Furious, out of 100-mile runway, I would say 76.
76 works. That's 2 points above the audience score of 74% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, here on Spoilers, it's 76.
There we go. We do things our way. All right, man. Well, we're going to sign it off. It's past my bedtime, so thanks.
Yeah, thanks. That's fun.
Right, yeah.
Bye, Amber. Bye, Donovan.
Bye.
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 Dad, stop breaking.
Oh. That didn't sound good.
You need to take these springs off.
What?
Well, that's it for episode 0002. We want to thank our sponsor, Messy's Burgers. Be sure to check them out. And for all of your Amazon shopping, we'd really appreciate it if you'd click the Amazon banner at SmAndersonRanch.com. Remember that our vintage commercials are for entertainment purposes only. From Happy Valley Studios and Parts Unknown, for Bob, Journey, Esther, and Donovan, I'm Alyssa, reminding you that nobody owes you anything. Go out there and get it. Until next time, bye!
A duck walked up to a lemonade stand.